in another episode of Rotary Club of Organ Donation International in association with Global TV. I welcome Professor Vineetha Ray, former Registrar Evaluation, School of Social Work, Roshni Nyala, Mangalore. Welcome, Professor
Thank you, sir.
Vineetha, on this very special show. Professor Vineetha, I was told and I know your work, you have done lots of social work when you were working as a registrar evaluation earlier also in the school. But now you are retired. And I'm sure that that work culture you are not leaving, because I was told that you are working every day, some social work. It is either with the senior citizens or with the youth, whomsoever. Now, as being the founder and charter president of Rotary Club of Organ Donation International and involved in the creating the awareness of organ donation for last more than a decade, I would like to know your views how a social worker of your repute can be very useful for the organ donation awareness, because you know that in India so many people are dying, lakhs and lakhs people are dying every year for want of organs because the awareness is not there. Do you think as a social worker, the role of a social worker is very important to create awareness among the youth, among the senior citizens, among everyone who matters? What are your views, the Professor Vineetha Ray?
Definitely. I feel social workers are very close to the client's family. I don't call them as patients. For doctor, they are patients. For social worker, they are clients. So the clients are very close. Doctors will usually look into the patient's symptoms, how to treat, and all that. Whereas the social worker will look into how the clients have taken the disease, what are their feelings, what is their suffering, how the family is affected, how we can help them to improve from that situation, how they understand, accept, and take it as a challenge and move forward with courage with the assistance that we can get from around, especially maybe through organ donation or something like that. Very important activities will help us to help the clients.
No, that is a very important point which you have made. The problem which in India we are facing when we give a talk somewhere, because people feel that health is a taboo, especially the organ donation. One should not talk about that taboo. It's a taboo subject. While it has to be, because in India the situation is so grave in comparison to any other country. Until unless the social workers like you and like those who are involved by heart in this particular field, they if they will talk to the family, the convincing power what a social worker is having, as you rightly said, that doctor or those who are paramedics or medical persons, they can't have that convincing power, because here it's an aspect of not only a medical thing, it is also an aspect when the donation is involved, and a person who is donating his or her organs require some solace in the mind and the soul, the spirit, that why he or she should donate, what are the advantages. So don't you think that in India we must train the social workers first to create the awareness in a proper way, because when you talk, then the family listen. When doctor talks, family listen, but there will be a question mark that what is the personal interest of a doctor. While a social worker, everyone knows that you are doing a charitable work, a charity where you are thinking of their welfare, not your own welfare. Don't you think that is required in India, that we must train the social workers, give the how the why it is so important for organ donation? What are your views about this?
It is needed, awareness is needed. especially in a country like India. Awareness, I feel nowadays it is increasing. Maybe credit goes to you also. I have seen your so many videos where you are motivating people for organ donation. And also, we have seen even in Mangalore, many families, when the doctors declare brain dead, nowadays people think of organ donation. So compared to before, there is a lot of awareness. There are many examples in the city of Mangalore itself where people have donated. They feel at least the person whom they have lost is alive with somebody, and that is the satisfaction that they get out of this. So I think this kind of awareness is increasing. I am sure in the near future, with more and more awareness, we will be able to have more donation as it is needed in the society.
Uh, yes, this we have last month, or rather this month only, we inaugurated a new scheme called Organ Donation Warrior under Rotary Club of Organ Donation International and Organ Donation India Foundation and Global TV, where we are giving free training to the public at large who are above 18. That will be done online only. And why we are giving it? Because as of now, the government as well as the NGOs are insisting to fill up the organ donation platform. But the catch point is, until unless the person is not convinced, if he doesn't know about the importance of organ donation, and if we approach to them and say, please fill up the platform, he or she may have lots of questions, and then they will either fill up the form but unwillingly, or they will not discuss with their family. But as per the law in India, that family has to give the consent, because a person once declare brain death, as you rightly said, then only organs can be retrieved. The person is unconscious at that time. The decision, in as per the law in India, it lies with the family, close family members. And if they are not aware, they will say no.
Yes.
There, the role of social worker is very important.
Yes.
To tell the initially. So once a person is involved, and if he or she knows the importance, then they can pledge the organs voluntarily after talking to their family. Don't you think that we must go ahead with such type of training which we are launching now in the month of August?
Very nice, very good initiative. If you are organizing, in the case, if you are organizing in Mangalore, or maybe as you said, it is online, we can get all the social work teachers of the area, these two, three districts together, so that we can get the awareness through your campaign for all the social work teachers here.
Now, that is so kind of you, and that is what we are looking. And I must give thanks to Global TV that they organize such types of one-to-one talks, so that we come to know about what is the general feeling. See, once we go and give a talk in a conference room, it's like that is a one-way communication. But here, in this type of conversation, we will know what is required in the society. And as you rightly said, that the social worker can play a very, very important role as far as the organ donation warrior scheme, or ultimately the organ donations scheme is concerned. And I am sure that with the help of our this initiative which we are now starting, and with the cooperation of you and a like-minded people, this scheme will definitely be a game changer. And as earlier also I mentioned that the famous quote of John F. Kennedy, please don't ask the what country has done for you. Ask yourself what you have done for your country. So I am sure that with your initiatives, with your cooperation, we will have a ice break, and especially a city like Mangalore, which is having many hospitals who are doing the organ retrieval as well as organ
Yes.
transplants, but the cases are very few here because of the awareness, less of awareness. So thank you very much, Professor Vineetha Ray, to come on this special edition of show organized by Mr. Henry Paulus, the chairman of Global TV. And once again, I feel I am very happy that to announce to my all viewers who are watching that such type of initiative from a eminent social worker who spent her whole life doing the social work when she was working in a very prestigious post in a very renowned organization institution of Mangalore, but also after her retirement. She's not retired, rather she's more actively social worker. So thank you very much,
Thank you,
Professor
sir.
Vineetha Rai, to come on this show. Thank you.